Hi everyone. I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about how to welcome a new addition into your household. So whether you're getting a new puppy or maybe getting an older dog, there's a lot of different little details that go into making sure that transition is as smooth as possible, especially if you have other family members, other dogs in the household. So in this webinar today, the Welcome Home webinar, we're going to break down different things to think about with adding a new dog to your household, as well as different materials that I recommend having, so kind of a shopping list, so to speak, and a lot of extra steps to kind of help, again, make that transition smooth, but just make it really easy when you're adding this new dog to your home so it's not stressful. That's the biggest thing, is you want to make this as low stress as possible for both you, your household, your family, and the new puppy that's coming into your lives. So when we're starting out, the idea is we want the perfect path for the perfect pup. But honestly, we aren't going to have the perfect dog because no dogs are perfect and all dogs are perfect at the same time. So we just want to make sure that we are basically making this roadmap as easy to follow as possible. We expect that there's going to be bumps in the road, but let's avoid taking unnecessary detours. Let's avoid going the long way to get where we're trying to go. So in this webinar, what we're going to cover is we're going to talk about easy ways to set up the pup for success, efficient tips to streamline your pet parenting process, effective solutions to common new dog problems. So there's a lot of things that I deal with clients on a regular basis when they add a new dog to their home. So we want to try to jump ahead of those so we don't run into those as we move forward. Enjoyable ways to engage with your new canine companion. We want to make sure that this is fun for the dog, fun for you, that it's a good fit. So we want you to enjoy your dog. That's kind of the point. That's why we have them. And then I mentioned before also a shopping list for recommended products and those next steps in our training program. So I will have little notes throughout the webinar to kind of clue you into what I recommend moving forward. Now, if you don't know me, oh gosh, we're frozen. There you go. I'm Kelsey. I'm a certified dog trainer. I have two businesses, actually. I have Positively Trained, which is where I work with clients and their dogs. And then I also have Pause for Responders, which is where I raise therapy dogs for emergency responder facilities. So in this picture, this is Atlas. This is one of my Pause for Responders puppies, who at this point is much bigger than that and working with his police station to help their emotional wellness program. So I've had a lot of dogs in my house, whether that's foster dogs. I did fostering for years and years. I raised puppies for guide dogs for the blind. I raised puppies for this therapy program. Plus I used to do a board and train program where I had client dogs coming through my home all the time. So I've had literally over 100 dogs in my house, not at the same time, but we've had lots of dogs coming through. And you might not be able to tell because I'm sure this picture is pretty small in the side of your screen, but I do have a couple of pups behind me. I actually have 3 in the room. These are my personal dogs, and so I need to make sure that I can manage the new coming dog with all of my personal dogs as well as the other humans in the household. So I spend a lot of time doing this. I've made pretty much every mistake there is to make when adding a new dog. So I wanted to set this up so it's just, like I said before, easy for you guys to have a clear path. Throughout this webinar, I'm going to make suggestions for training programs, other services that I offer, other webinars that I offer, that sort of thing. So if there's a specific topic that you know you need to spend more time focusing on, you can dive into the webinar for that. Everything we talk about today, I could spend easily an hour talking about each individual topic. We're going to run through this pretty quickly. So if there is something specific that you want more information on, there's probably going to be a suggestion for a future training for that. And then additionally, I will list suggested materials for today. I do recommend taking some notes. I obviously talk kind of quickly. I talk a lot, so if you want to take some handwritten notes, you're welcome to, but you will also have access to all of these PowerPoint slides too, so that might make it a little bit easier for you guys not having to ferociously write down everything. Plus, you can rewatch this video as much as you need.